Episode 10 of Cape Fear brings the story between Max Cady and the Bowden family to its conclusion. The finale finally reveals the truth about what happened during Max's original trial, explains many of the show's biggest mysteries, and forces every character to decide how far they're willing to go. More than anything, the episode is about truth, forgiveness, and choosing whether to continue a cycle of revenge or finally end it. The episode opens immediately after Anna escapes from Crystal's boat. Max arrives only to discover that she's gone. Crystal apologizes for the way she treated him when they were younger and asks if they can forgive each other, but Max refuses. Instead, he shoots Crystal, locks Robert inside a cage, traps Luke inside the boat, and sets the entire boat on fire before letting it drift away. This opening shows that Max is no longer interested in repairing the past. Throughout the episode, he speaks about wanting justice and wanting his family back, but his actions reveal something different. When faced with the people connected to his past, he kills them instead of forgiving them. By setting the boat on fire, Max destroys one of the last physical connections to his old life. Rather than moving forward, however, he becomes even more focused on revenge. After escaping, Anna returns to Max's restaurant opening. She and Noah present the evidence they have collected. Natalie recorded Nevaeh admitting that Max planned attacks against the Bowdens, while Crystal's recordings reveal Max convincing Amy to confess to a murder she didn't commit before taking her own life. The crowd quickly turns against Max, and he's arrested. This is the first time Max begins losing control in public. For most of the series, he carefully controlled the story people believed about him. Here, the truth finally becomes stronger than his reputation. The scene also highlights the importance of evidence. Throughout the series, rumors, manipulation, and half-truths have shaped how people viewed Max and the Bowdens. In this moment, facts finally speak louder than fear. While Max is arrested, Tom is released from prison after Lexi posts his bail. He reunites with Anna and later returns home with the family. For the first time in a long while, they begin talking honestly with each other. Tom opens up to Zack about his brother's suicide and admits that he ignored the warning signs because he was afraid of facing the truth. This conversation is important because Tom finally accepts responsibility instead of hiding from difficult subjects. Earlier in the series, many problems grew because the adults avoided uncomfortable conversations. Here, honesty becomes the first step toward healing. The family's relief is short-lived when Max escapes police custody. He secretly enters the Bowden house, takes Zack hostage, forces Natalie to tie everyone up, and announces that they're finally going to have the trial he believes he never received. Rather than using a courtroom, Max creates his own version of justice inside the Bowdens' home. He forces everyone to answer his questions while deciding for himself what's true. This scene shows how completely Max has abandoned the legal system. Earlier in the series, he argued that the courts failed him. By the finale, he no longer wants justice through the law. He wants complete control over the outcome. As Max questions Anna and Tom, the truth about the original trial finally comes out. Anna admits that someone leaked information showing the jury was leaning toward finding Max not guilty. At the same time, she believed Natalie might be Max's child after a night she couldn't remember because she was too intoxicated to consent. Afraid that Max would become part of her daughter's life, Anna pushed for a life sentence instead of accepting a lesser deal. This confession changes everything. For the first time, Anna openly admits that fear influenced one of the biggest decisions of her life. Anna acted out of fear for her child, but her actions also helped send someone to prison for life before the trial had fully played out. The finale asks whether good intentions can still lead to terrible consequences. Anna then reveals another shocking discovery. Crystal could never have given birth after her injuries, meaning Luke was never her son. Instead, Luke was actually Max and Melissa's baby. Crystal had rescued the unborn child after killing Melissa and secretly raised him herself. This revelation completely changes Max's understanding of his own life. For years, he believed his wife and unborn son had both died. Now he learns that his son survived, only for Max himself to unknowingly kill him. This is the cruelest twist in the entire story. Max spent years trying to rebuild the family he thought had been taken from him, only to destroy what remained of it with his own hands. While Max focuses on Anna and Natalie, Zack slowly begins recovering from the drug Max forced him to take. His memories finally become clear, and he realizes it was Tom, not Max, who shared important moments with him when he was younger. Breaking free from Max's influence, Zack attacks him and helps free his parents. This is an important moment for Zack's character. Much of the series showed him confused, manipulated, and isolated. Here, he finally begins trusting his own memories instead of the ones Max tried to create for him. The Bowdens eventually overpower Max, forcing him into the swimming pool. Anna and Tom hold him underwater, believing that this is the only way to end the nightmare once and for all. For a brief moment, it seems they're about to become exactly what Max wanted them to become. Throughout the series, Max repeatedly pushes them toward violence. If they kill him, he wins in a way because he succeeds in making them abandon the values they have tried to protect. Everything changes when Natalie shouts for them to kill him. Hearing their daughter encourage murder forces Anna and Tom to see what they're teaching their children. They release Max and allow the police to take him instead. This is the most important decision of the finale. Rather than choosing revenge, the Bowdens choose to stop the cycle of violence. Sometime later, the Bowdens are together again in their backyard, sharing a meal much like they did before Max entered their lives. Natalie receives the DNA results that could answer whether Max is her biological father, but she decides not to open it. This choice reflects how much Natalie has grown. Earlier in the series, she constantly searched for answers, believing every mystery needed to be solved. Now she realizes that biology doesn't define family. Tom is the man who raised her, protected her, and loved her, regardless of what the DNA test might say. However, the ending isn't entirely peaceful. Even though the Bowdens finally stop Max, the ending makes it clear that they don't feel completely safe. The last shot shows Anna looking over her shoulder, unable to fully relax. Tom had warned that as long as Max was alive, there would always be a chance that he could come after them again, even from prison. That fear isn't unreasonable. Nevaeh is still alive and remains devoted to Max despite everything that has happened. Tabitha also openly admits that she loved Max, showing that his influence extends beyond prison walls. The finale suggests that while the Bowdens have won this battle, Max still has people willing to believe and follow him. Their lives can finally begin moving forward, but they know they can never fully let their guard down. Episode 10 finally brings the conflict between Max Cady and the Bowdens to an end. Long-hidden secrets are revealed, Max's plans fall apart, and the family chooses not to become the people he wanted them to be. However, the finale also makes it clear that some victories are never completely final. Max is back in prison, but his influence still lingers, leaving the Bowdens with the difficult task of moving forward while knowing they may never fully escape the fear he created. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and thank you for watching.